What's up, my funnel hackers? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another day of Russell going live every single day and hanging out with you guys. I hope that you don't mind. I hope I'm not being an annoyance, and hopefully I'm bringing a lot of value. And if nothing else, hopefully I'm setting a really good example of what I tell you guys to do all the time, which is make sure that you are going live and publishing every single day. I told you guys a long time ago, in fact, the Traffic Secrets book talks about this. If you publish every single day for a year, in a year you have no money problems, no issues, no anything. At least I'm a huge believer in that. I've seen it over and over and over again, people inside of our community. So I'm practicing what I preach. I'm doing this because I miss you guys, love hanging out with you guys. And today we're gonna go deep into some more really cool things about how to build your movement, how to get people to follow you, how to get people to buy from you more than once. Because yesterday we talked about the attractive character. And again, with the attractive character, you can get anybody to buy once, but how do you get people to buy over and over and over again? And that's by building a future-based cause, which is going to be the game plan for today. But before we get into that really quick, a couple really quick things I wanted to note. First off, hopefully all you guys, last Friday we did a live talking about the new CRM features inside ClickFunnels 2.0. I got my ClickFunnels 2.0 shirt on today. Hopefully you had a chance to play with them. I am literally freaking out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a funnel nerd, so I do funnels. That's all I focus on, funnels, emails. And so this weekend, I had a chance to actually play with a little bit, and I am so excited, starting to finally understand the power of how we can use CRM features. I'm going to start mastering it first before I show you guys exactly what to do. I saw Garrett White actually using it today on his webinar. I registered for his webinar, and they texted me, and then I responded back, and I'm in this text conversation with one of their people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see the power of what we're doing now, and anyway, I'm fired up. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure to log into ClickFunnels, go to clickfunnels.com, log in, and check out all the new CRM features. They're now live in there. You guys are going to love it. You can set up calendars. You can do pipelines. You can do all sorts of really cool stuff that you're going to love. So that's number one. Number two, this week I've been asking all the speakers who are coming to speak at this year's Funnel Hacking Live International, and man, the lineup is going to be insane. I'm excited. I haven't announced any speakers yet at all, but just so you know, International is the first time we've ever done it completely virtual. It's happening in September, and I want to make sure you get your tickets. The cool thing right now is the tickets are, normally Funnel Hacking Live tickets are $1,000, plus you got flights, hotels, and all that stuff. Right now, you can get tickets to Funnel Hacking Live for just $297, which is the lowest it's ever been because we're going to be streaming directly into your home. And so if you don't have your tickets yet, go to funnelhackinglive.com. As we are announcing speakers and bonuses and who's actually speaking, the price will be going up dramatically. But right now, this is like our pre-early bird pricing as we're just asking all the speakers to get in lineup right now. So that's what I got in homework before I dive into this. And then I wanted to, all right, comments started coming in. What's up, everybody? Drop a comment down below and say, how's it going? This is Russell. I hope you're awesome. Let me know your name. I just want to get all you guys saying hi in the comments. It helps me to know that I'm communicating with actual human beings, which is a lot of fun. Okay. Hey, what's up, everyone? Okay. All right. So I'm excited because today we're talking about future-based cause, and I'm actually working on a new offer. I'm speaking next week in an event. I'm making this new offer, and so it's been fun for me because how many of you guys make offers? Hopefully you do. This is what we do in this world, right? We create offers. The person who makes the most offers in any industry always wins, right? So we're always creating offers. We have no idea which offers are going to work, which ones aren't going to work, but the more you put out, the more likely you're going to get people to say yes, right? And so we become better and better at creating offers over time. And if you read the Expert Secrets book, we talk a lot about offers, like the difference between improvement offers and new opportunities. In fact, that's tomorrow's topic. We'll be going to new opportunities. But it's been fun as I've been working on this presentation. I'm making a new opportunity, so making an offer that's a new opportunity to an audience. And as I was going through the future-based cause, I'm weaving all, because I'm studying it today and learning it, I've been weaving it into the presentation, and it is so fire and so exciting. And so I'm excited to watch this presentation for me back, I think 2017, 2018, whatever it was, Funnel Hacking Live a few years ago. Yesterday we watched part one of the presentation, which talked about the attractive character. If you remember, I talked about there's 3 things you need to build a mass movement of people who are going to follow you and pay for your advice, right? In fact, if you open up the Expert Secrets book, your copy of it, depending if you got the softbound, which is the first edition, or the hardbound, which is the second edition, at the very beginning of it, it has this little chart. And the chart's a little different. It's almost the same, just different words, depending which one. But there's 3 things to creating a movement. Number 1 is the attractive character, the expert guide, the new opportunity, and the future-based cause. In the first version, number 2 was the future-based cause. I don't know. I moved things around when I was rewriting. I had so much fun. So today we're going to talk about the future-based cause. Future-based cause is this thing that you are going to be giving to your followers, like something they're working towards, something they're looking forward to, right? I'm curious, how many of you guys, when you look at me and the ClickFunnels movement, what we've done, what are some of the future-based causes that you guys have looked forward to that you've seen? I'm curious. if you notice them, okay? These are those things like I'm doing them all the time. And I was like, do people notice this? I talked about it in the book. Do they actually notice it? If you haven't noticed it yet or noticed some of the elements yet, you have a chance during this presentation for me to go deep into them. And so you, by the time we're done, like, oh, Russell did that and that. Like, oh, these are all the things he's doing. I finally understand it, which would be kind of fun. The other thing I was going to say is in the new version of Expert Secrets, I have this new graph on future-based cause. This was not in the original book. If I can get this unblurry. This is the new graph, which takes all of these elements of the future-based cause into this one really cool doodle. And so if you haven't got the hardbound, the updated version, go and get it. It's on page 124. This is where I show this whole thing. This is if you want to go deeper. So today's session, we're going to go into the core concepts of this. This is like really taking it deeper and taking it to the next step. And it's all based on this doodle. Again, this is outside the context of today, but if you want to go deep on this, get the hardbound version of Expert Secrets, expertsecrets.com, and then go right there and you can check out page 124 to see the whole doodle that really goes deep on building a future-based cause. So with that said, you guys pumped to learn today? If you're excited, let me know in the comments. If you're here live, say, I'm live and I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm on fire. If you're live, excited, pumped up, on fire, let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you are watching a replay, but you're still alive and you're still pumped up and you're still excited, let me know. I'm replay, but I'm still live, still pumped up, still excited. I want to see where you guys are at, which would be a lot of fun. Yes, here we go. You guys are ready to learn. All right. Okay. All right. I'm excited and pumped too. So we're going to dive right into this. So like I said, this is the presentation. This is part 2 of the presentation I showed you guys yesterday. Step 1, which was the attractive character. Step 2 now is future-based cause. This video is about 20 so minutes long. But it's going to give you all the core pieces. There's some funny clips I'm going to show you guys in here I think you'll enjoy. And I'm actually really excited to watch this presentation as well. It's been a couple of years since I've had a chance to watch it. And so we're going to dive right in. With that said, here is part 2, building out your future-based cause. Now as we move on to number 2 in creating the mass movement is creating the cause. Okay, every one of these movements that I study, they all had a cause. And one interesting thing, it wasn't a cause like what they're doing today. It was a future-based cause. Okay, something future is going to be happening, and that's why you should follow me. Like something cool is over here. You guys should come and check it out. Okay, and so I'm going to kind of walk through this, a couple things. But before I do, I want to ask you guys, this will help me set this up. How many of you guys are members of the CrossFit Cult? If I get this thing to change. All right, how many of you guys are CrossFit Cult members? Come on, there's more CrossFitters than that in here, right? All right, what they say? Yeah, they're the ones that are like, oh, my legs hurt. I was up this morning at 3. All right, I got a quick video to show you guys about the CrossFit Cult.
So I says to her,
Okay, before you go farther, why are you talking like this?
Excuse me, CrossFitters coming through.
Oh, God, you.
Yeah, you're so sweaty.
Yeah, we just got back from the box. Hard wad, hard bod. I just did 6,000 burpees, and I feel great.
Whoa! Dude, that is not okay.
Sorry, I'm making a smoothie.
That's fine.
It's paleo.
I don't care.
Spinach, kiwi,
Stop
salmon,
saying
hemp
things. I'm
protein,
never gonna
soy
make this.
protein, whey protein.
I don't care.
Well, I don't care that you don't care. First rule of CrossFit, always talk about CrossFit.
CrossFit's not just an exercise, it's a cult. I mean, way of life.
Did you say it's a cult?
Yo, M, spot me.
1 photo to Instagram, 2 photos to Instagram. Can you give me 3 photos to Instagram?
Can't you guys just exercise without showing off?
Nope. Facebooked, tweeted, Reddited.
Oh, Jesus, they're everywhere.
Murph, kettlebell swings, go! Love the pain. The pain is your only friend. Injure yourself.
You guys seem really sick and hurt.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Stop, guys, stop. This is disturbing. I respect that you have this new hobby you're really excited about, but you don't have to let it change your personalities.
Wrong. CrossFit is not a hobby. It's a cult.
You said it's a
Yeah,
cult.
you said cult again.
No, it's a hobby.
It's the second time you've said it's a
50
cult.
penalty burpees trap.
The floor is covered in vomit. I'm
No.
not okay.
Tramp, what are you doing?
I don't know. There's just so much social pressure to do CrossFit.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to do it.
It's actually a pretty good workout. You should try it sometime.
Not you too.
CrossFit!
All right. So the first time I saw that video, I was dying laughing. And then I came back to the office and we started making this joke. And then the joke spread to the inner circle. And now I want all you guys in on this joke as well. So the goal of what we're trying to do, we're trying to create a culture of people who will follow you and listen to you and buy from you over and over again. So if you guys hear me talk about building a culture, that's what we're talking about, all right? Like the CrossFit Cult or the funnel hacking culture. And actually, we've got a gift for you guys, not today. I think tomorrow, maybe the next day, we're going to be giving you guys the t-shirt like this. It says, funnel hacking, it's a cult. I mean, way of life. So that's the gift you guys will all get for hanging out with us. Then you'll be officially part of our culture. And the back says, hashtag it's a cult. So let's start using that, everybody. If you're talking about funnel hacking, I want to make sure we use that. Okay. All right. So when we're building a culture of people who are going to follow us and listen to us and become part of our movement, right? What are some things? So the first step to think about is we have to ask, any good movement, we need to create something that other people can put their hope and their faith into. Okay, again, think back to any mass movement in the history of time. And as I started looking through this, it was in the middle of the elections, and the elections were nuts this year. But it was interesting. So I was writing this chapter like in the heat of this whole thing when everybody was fighting and going crazy and trying to kill each other. And I was like, I don't even care. As long as I can keep selling stuff, I'm good. And I'm watching this, and I started looking at like the campaign slogans between the candidates at first. And I was like, interesting. And then I started looking back through time, through history. And I was like looking at, in fact, you can Google and look at all the campaign slogans of every presidential candidate from the very beginning. And I started looking at some interesting things. So the first thing, this was George Bush when he was going against Bill Clinton. So George Bush, his motto for his thing was a proud tradition. Okay? What's that? It's very like now, very present based. Okay, he was going against Bill Clinton. Guess what his was? It's time to change America. The future. This is where we're going, guys. Let's change this thing. Who won? Okay, he brought people to the future. Okay, John McCain, country first. I'm in the present. All right, who cares? Not me. He didn't win. Okay, what did Barack Obama say? Change. Over here, guys. This is in the future. Come on. We're changing this thing. Let's go. Interesting, huh? What did Hillary say? Fighting for us. I'm with her. These were her slogans. Okay. Then we had Trump. What was his? Make America great again. Over here. Come on. This is the future. Now, I'm not saying that that's why they won, but I think it's why they won. I don't know. I don't follow politics that close, but I don't know. It's interesting. And when I get to the third thing, talking about a new opportunity, it ties in this as well. Like the people that are winning are the people that offer a new opportunity. It's really, really interesting. Whether you care who won or not, it doesn't matter to me, but it's interesting when you start looking at this throughout time. The other interesting thing is like consistently what won almost every time is the same thing. It was change, change, change. Most of your people, guess what they want in their life? They want change. Like that's what people are following you for. They want something different. They want a future, a bright future. That's what you're creating. So when we started creating this movement, I didn't think through these things initially, but as we started doing it, some cool things started. As you guys know, the theme for this event is that you're just one funnel away. Now, as I started working on the sales message to get you guys all to come hang out with me here, initially started with Dan Usher made this video, which was amazing. And he sent me the video, and I watched it like 40 times. I was like getting chills every time. Like, this is so cool. And I was like, okay, I put the video on a page and click funnels. I was like, what's the headline? I wrote, I'm thinking through a bunch of things. I got my swipe files out. I'm looking at all these Gary Halbert swipe files. And he had, you're one sales letter away from being rich. And I was like, that's cool. Like, that's the theme of the event. I wrote, you're one funnel away from being rich. And I was like, it seems so like shallow to me. I was like, well, I guess some people want to get rich, and that's like cool. That's kind of shallow. I'm like, okay, well, what do our people want? I'm like, well, they're one funnel away from, most of our people have a message. Like, well, the one funnel away from getting their message out to the world. I was like, well, that's cool too, but like, that's not everybody. Everyone's got different purposes, different reasons, right? And some of you guys are like, well, one funnel away from firing your boss, one funnel away from saving, from saving your family. Like, everyone had a different purpose. And as I kept rewriting the headline like 50 times, finally I deleted the end of it, and I clicked delete. I'm sitting there thinking about the next thing to write, and I looked up and I saw this. I saw, you're just one funnel away. And I had a ... I was like, that's it. Like, for us, like, that's it, right? Like, and then the next day after we launched this, I saw somebody post in the Facebook group, and they said, I was about to give up because I've been trying this thing for a long time, and I was frustrated. I was ready to be done. And then Russell sent out the email today. The subject line was, you're one funnel away. And he was speaking to me. Because I know this one hasn't worked, this one hasn't worked, but I know that there's just one, like if I get that one funnel, it'll change everything. And that's for all of you guys, like, no matter where you are. Some of you guys are new, you're at the startup phase. Like, one funnel will change everything for you. Some of you guys are beyond the start phase, so you have good stuff happening, but you're trying to get to the next level. You're trying to serve more people. You're trying to do whatever it is. Like, you're one funnel away from that. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to do story time. I'm going to walk you guys through the ups and the downs. 3 times I've almost gone bankrupt since I've started my companies. And all 3 times it was a funnel that got me out of it, every single time. And so it's not something just cliche we made up, but it's true. And I believe it with my heart. And so that's what we put out there. And you guys are here. You're proof that that was a good message. And so for all of you guys, you need to have something similar. When we did the FAT event with the Inner Circle members 2 weeks ago, that's one of the things I said. I said, look, pretend like you're running for the President of the United States for your mass movement. Like, what's your slogan? What are you campaigning on? Why should people follow you? You need to have that. This is my campaign. Every one of my videos, now I try to sign off, like, you're one funnel away. Every email, you're one funnel away. Like, this is my future-based cause I want everybody to understand and become part of. Because if you believe that, then you're coming where we're going. Okay? And so all you got to have that. Think through that. Like, if you were running for president today, what would be your campaign slogan? What would get your people fired up to come follow you? Okay? You got to think through that. All right, the second thing here is you have to help your audience break their 4-minute mile. Now, I know you guys heard the story before. In 1954, Roger Bannister broke what everybody thought was impossible, the 4-minute mile. Like, it wasn't possible. It wasn't supposed to happen, right? And he did it. And then what happened after he did it? People saw it was possible, and they're like, dang, he did it. I can do it. Okay, and for me, I had a similar experience. I wrote the date down this morning so I wouldn't forget. August 17th, 2004 was the day that the 2-minute mile, or the 4-minute mile was broken for me. I would just got into this business. I was selling potato guns. I was selling Zip Brander, for those who remember that. I was selling like all these little things I had created and trying to make some money. And I was happy. My goal when I got started was $1,000 a month. If I can make $1,000 a month, like, that's it. Like, I'll be free. Like, my wife and I can go on dates. We could get a nice car. Like, $1,000 a month would change our life. Excuse me. And that was my entire goal going into this business. And we were at a family reunion in August, and our family reunions we go to is a place called Bear Lake, Idaho. It's on the border of Utah and Idaho, and my family all goes every single year. So my wife and I drove down there, and my family all out there, and we're hanging out. And in Bear Lake at the time, they didn't have internet access. This is pre-cell phones, pre-Wi-Fi. Like, there's no internet access. And I had launched my company. I had like 6 customers at the time, and I was stressing out the whole time. Like, what if one of them emails me? Like, I got to make sure that, like, my 6 customers, I got to take care of my precious little customers. They're mine. And so after like 4 or 5 days down at the lake, I was like freaking out. I told Colette, I was like, okay, I got to go find like somewhere to like check my email. So we asked around and finally, like, there's one place in all of Bear Lake that has internet, and it's the public library. And so one day we drove down there. They dropped me off at the public library, and I walk in, and I walk in there, and there's like 2 computers, and there's chairs, and there's a line of people behind each of them, and there's a sign that says like 10-minute limit. I'm like, oh crap. So I'm waiting in line, and the person gets off. I go, next one, waiting. I'm waiting. Finally, it's my turn. So I jump in the computer. I sit down, and I start checking my email. My email address at the time was moneyforcollege@juno.com. So I logged into Juno. I'm downloading my emails, and this email popped in, and it said, subject line was something like, "We did it." I was like, "Did what?" And I click on this, and it was an email from John Reese. And John, at the time, I'd heard about this. He was launching a new course called Traffic Secrets during that week when I was gone. And so I kind of knew a little bit that he was this big internet famous guru guy, and I didn't know anything else other than that. But I got this email, I opened it, and in the email he explained, he said, look guys, we launched Traffic Secrets earlier today, and he's like, he sort of broke down, he said, at 18 hours, we had sold 1,000 copies at $1,000. So that means we made $1 million in just 18 hours. And I remember sitting there, like everything around me just got quiet, and I sat back in my chair, and I was like, he made $1 million in a day. My goal was $1,000 a month. This guy made $1 million in a day. I didn't know that was even possible, but he did it. And I was like, that's my goal. I don't want to make $1 million a day, but I want to make $1 million. I was starting the math. He had a $1,000 course. He sold 1,000 copies. Like, what if I created a course with $1,000 and I sold 3 a day? Like, if in a year, I'd make $1 million in a year. And it became so clear, so like crystal clear to me that it was possible that like it became real for me and I could taste it. And if you ask most of the internet guys nowadays that were around then, that was the moment for them when they believed too. I went back, and afterwards I started working. I was like, I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to make it. Like, it wasn't even in my radar prior to that. And I was like, I'm going to make $1 million, make $1 million. I started going out there. And the first year I went for it, I didn't make $1 million. I was shy by like $100 and something thousand. But but I almost hit $1 million that year. Next year I tried again, same thing, I was shy of like 50, 60,000. Like I didn't make it 2 years in a row. And I was like, John did it. I can do this. I have to do it. And the third try, we did it. We broke, I think we ended up doing $1.2 million that year. And I was like, God, we did it. But for me, the reason why I was able to do that, the reason why that I'm here in front of you guys today is because John broke the 4-minute mile for me. And for me, as soon as he did, I was like, I can do that. Like it's possible for me. And so for us, and some of you guys know this, later on tomorrow, we're going to be giving away these awards. But we wanted to do this for inside ClickFunnels. I was like, what's the equivalent for us of a 4-minute mile? Like, what can we give people to give them a goal to shoot after? And I thought, well, if you have a funnel that makes $1 million, like that's pretty cool. And so first thing I went through all my funnels. I think we had I can't remember, it was like 16 or 17 funnels that we had that I had done that had made $1 million. And I was like, that's cool. And I was like, I wonder inside of ClickFunnels how many have made over $1 million. And so I had Dave and Tracy and some of the guys go through all the stats and pull everything out. And the time, I was expecting we had maybe a dozen people that made $1 million in the funnel. And anyway, Dave got the report back and messaged me. He's like, dude, we've got over 50 people that have made over $1 million so far. I was like, are you kidding me? We started digging deeper and deeper. And I think tomorrow we are going to be delivering. So this is we decided to call it the 2 Comma Club Award. In $1 million, there's 2 commas. I was a little slow. It took me a minute to figure it out. The 2 Comma Clubs means $1 million. And so for you guys, every single time you have a funnel that makes over $1 million, we're going to send you one of these amazing trophies to put on your wall. Is that exciting? Turned out so cool, huh? Now, the coolest thing, though, is we brought these all here. And I would say probably 2/3 of those people that got that are here tonight, today. In fact, on the tags, if you look at the tags, it says 2 Comma Club. That means that person has a funnel that's made over $1 million. So you should ask them questions, number one. But number two, we're going to bring them on stage, and we're going to give these to them, because I want all of you guys who aren't here yet to see that and realize that it's not just Russell. It's not just a couple people. Almost 100 of your peers have already done it. The 4-minute mile has been broken. And I want every single one of you guys that this is your goal, is at least one of these, and hopefully one a year, and hopefully 2 a year, and to keep going on. Because every time you get a funnel breaks $1 million, we're going to send you another one. I want all of your offices lined with 2 Comma Club awards. That's my goal for you guys. Okay, so for you guys, you got to think back into your business. What is it? What's that result that your people want, that they're dreaming about and desiring? If I could have that, that'd be the greatest thing in the world. Okay, and then create something that gives them the ability to aspire to go towards that. Okay, so help them break the 4-minute mile. All right. Number 3. This is one that kind of happened accidentally as well for us, but it's super important. Your audience, your tribe, your people, your culture that are following you, help them to self-identify who they are. Now, I didn't know this initially till when we first were growing ClickFunnels, and we called the webinar Funnel Hackers initially. So we had these Funnel Hacker shirts made up for ourselves, and then we were trying to get people that were joining ClickFunnels. We had a lot of people joining, and some of them would leave, and we're like, how do we get these people to stay? We started surveying. We found out the people that left, the reason why most of them left is because they didn't actually use the software. So I'm like, hey, how do we bribe people to actually use the software? So I'm sure most of you guys have been through this process, but when you come in, there's a video of me saying, hey, if you watch a 12-minute demo video, I'm going to ship you this t-shirt for free. How many of you guys saw the video? You guys have the t-shirt? Okay, so we started doing that, and you don't need to do anything. You just have to watch the video, then we send you this t-shirt that says Funnel Hacker. So we started doing that, and instantly our churn dropped in half. We're like, holy crap, that was a good idea. And then we started shipping out shirts, a lot of shirts. We're shipping out thousands of shirts a week right now, which is awesome. But it gets expensive, and so every few months our team's like, well, should we keep doing this? And it's funny because after the first batch, we shipped out 10,000 shirts, which, look at the math, the shirts are $9-10 a piece. So it was over $100,000 in just shirts. And we're like, is this worth doing? And about the time, some guy messaged me on Facebook. It was really interesting. He said, you know what, Russell? He's like, I joined ClickFunnels a year ago, and I've never used it, ever. But a week after I signed up, you sent me this shirt. He's like, it's my favorite shirt. I wear it every single day. And I'm never going to cancel my ClickFunnels account because I want to be part of this. I was like, that is so interesting. How cool is that? And I was like, this is so cool because then people how many of you guys identify I'm a funnel hacker? How many of you guys feel that? That's a thing that you are. For me, it's big. That's part of my identity now. And I want everyone having that inside of our cultures, like this is part of your identity. And then last year before the event started, we had ideas for like 10 different t-shirt names, and all of them were like cool t-shirts and stuff, and we let everybody kind of vote on it. And the one that won by like 10x versus all the other ones was this one, I build funnels. And same thing, people identify, like, how many of you guys identify that? Like, I build funnels, that's what I do. I'm a funnel builder. So you start doing stuff that you can get people to self-identify with you, with your movement, okay? And so I always like say, people are like, well, how do I know what I'm creating? And I'm always like, if it fits on a t-shirt, then that means you figure this one out right, okay? So if they can wear a t-shirt saying, I'm a funnel hacker, I build funnels, I something, if they can say that, then that's the right thing. I think all you guys should have t-shirts for your audience. It's the coolest thing in the world, and everyone's wearing your t-shirts, which is why we're giving you guys a bunch of t-shirts this weekend, because I want you guys all wearing them. But helping people self-identify is a big piece in that. All right, number 4. There's a longer explanation inside of the book, but I'll kind of go through this. I call this the title Liberty, and there's a story for those who are Mormons in the audience, the Mormon theology, there's a story in the Book of Mormon that's important to me. And regardless of your religious beliefs, it's still an important lesson. And so there's a guy, his name was Captain Moroni, and he was leading an army of people to a war that he should not have won. In fact, his people were coming and they're attacking this place and like they're getting destroyed. So much so that his own army was like, we can't win. And they started leaving and going to the enemy lines like, I'm gonna get killed, I might as well be on the winning side. And his people started leaving him. He's like, God, what do I do? How do I save these people from themselves? Like, we're trying to win this war. We're the good guys. Like, what do we do? And so what he did is he stood up there on stage in front of his people. And when I picture this in my head, I picture, you guys seen the movie Braveheart, where Mel Gibson runs with the thing and is saying freedom. Like, I vision this. He took his coat and he ripped his coat. And on the coat, he wrote, in memory of our God, our lives, our freedom. And I don't know exactly, it doesn't say exactly. He wrote that on his coat, put it on his pole, and started running through and telling people, like, this is why we're fighting. This is why we're doing what we do. And people stood up and they followed him. And they went into this war they shouldn't have won, and they won. Because people had that thing. Okay? And so for everyone, like, your audience should have that, like, a title of liberty, something, you know, some people call it a manifesto, some people call it, like, whatever it is, something that people can rally behind and say, yes, this is who we are, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing, this is why we're part of this. So I want to show you guys, some of you guys probably know a little bit behind the scenes. So last year about this time, I had a crazy idea after watching a reality show, which is like the worst time to have like good ideas, because then it was actually Chip and Joanne Gaines. What's that show called? Fixer Upper, yeah. So we're watching Fixer Upper, my wife and I, and next day we're driving in the car, and I was like, I want my own reality show. How cool would that be? And I was like, wait, what if we did have our own reality show? That'd be a great idea, right? And I was like, we could film us like working with entrepreneurs, taking their businesses and flipping them, just like on the show, and then like show before and after. It'd be so cool. So I messaged Brandon, who's here somewhere, does our video stuff. I'm like, hey, would you want to do a reality show? He's like, heck yeah. I'm like, all right, dude, we're doing a reality show, which was like probably like not the smartest thing. And then we jumped right in true Russell fashion and just launched a reality show. So we filmed 8 episodes. The first one's completely done, and we'll probably be showing it to you guys within about a week or two. And then we've got 8 episodes coming back to back to back. They're amazing. But I want to show you guys the intro of the show for 2 reasons. One, to get you guys fired up when the show comes live. But number 2, because this is my title, Liberty. This is my stand for our people. Now, notice a bunch of things that are happening here. If you look at the graphic, right? I'm introducing the attractive character, the charismatic leader. I'm identifying the movement. We're taking a stand. Who are we and who are we not? We're trying to divide that line very clear so people know this is who we are and this is who we're not. And this is where we're going. This is what we're fighting against. This is what we're collectively trying to do as a group, as a culture of people. And so that's what this video is about. And if you guys like this, I need you to put your binders down at the end and stand up and go crazy. It'll make Brandon feel really good because I'm really proud of it. All right? So you guys promise, if you like it, jump up and go crazy at the end. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go.
My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number 1. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look in your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. It's not really something that I can explain to you. It's something I have to show you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Yeah. So cool. Woo! So excited. Welcome back. All right, how are you guys feeling right now? You guys fired up? You feeling good? I didn't realize this when I was rewatching it. That was the day that we introduced the 2 Comma Club Awards to the world. That was the very first time we gave them away. Prior to that, it wasn't a thing, and now it's become, man, for almost a decade now, like the goal, the thing that people are moving towards in our community, which is amazing. Anyway, I got re-pumped up about that. Hopefully you guys did as well. If you're feeling good right now and you're like, okay, this is awesome, I'm gonna give you some quick homework assignments. So for your audience, so obviously, again, I talked about this yesterday, like you guys have all been called to serve a group of people, right? And so there's people that you, like your skill sets, your trials, your problems, your mistakes, your successes, everything you've gone through in your life, like prepared you to be able to serve a group of people who are like you, right? Typically we are talking about who's our dream customer, and it's us 5 years ago, right? So who were you 5 years ago? That's who you've been called to serve, right? So we're trying to figure out, how do we get these people? How do we get them so we can change their lives, so we can help them to get the same results you've gotten in your life, right? So that's kind of the first step of the goal. And so as you're doing that, it's like, how do we start building that future-based cause? How do we get these people to follow us? And so again, in the Expert Secrets, the new version of it, there's a couple different milestones here. So the very first one is the picture here on the side. I don't know if you can see it. There's your dream customer. And the very first thing then is like, what is your campaign slogan? Like, if you're running for president of your market, what would your thing be? Right? For me, it was you're one funnel away. Like that was my mantra to the audience to get them to come to me. What would be your campaign slogan for your audience? If your dream customers, you 5 years ago were struggling the same things you were struggling with, you've overcome now. Like, what would you be your campaign slogan? Get those guys to stand up, raise their hand, and come towards you. That's number one. Number two then is how do we give them an identity shift, right? How do we give them an identity shift so that and the best way to think of an identity shift is what's a t-shirt they can put on that says, I am a funnel hacker, right? I am a lady boss. I am what is your thing? Like, what is the identity? You can literally, I remember Kaylin Poland at one of the Funnel Hacking Live said, it's literally like you're giving your people a superhero cape they're putting on top of themselves. Like they're becoming something new, like their identity shift. Like, what's the identity you give them, right? So number one is, what's the campaign slogan to get them to follow you? Number two, what's the identity shift you're giving them? Then number three, what are the awards, where are you taking them? If you see that, what's the future-based cause, right? And here I show the 2 Comma Club Awards and stuff like that. I also show the 2 Heart Award, which we introduced 3 years ago, which is when someone gives over $1 million to charity. It's actually my favorite award we do. Every year we got 4 or 5 people who've given over $1 million to charity who get the 2 Heart Award, right? So these are the things, the elements. There's a quote I have here on page 141. Talking about like giving your audience like these milestones to move towards, like goals to shoot towards. And it says, Napoleon Bonaparte once said, a soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. Isn't that interesting? So like for us, the 2 Comma Club Award is that colored ribbon. It's the thing. It's the acknowledgement that they actually did something great. So for you, like, what is your equivalent of that, right? So start thinking about it for your audience. Because again, if you've been called to serve a group of people and you need to get them to move towards you, these are the elements that you do to get them to come towards us. Right? Dan Kennedy talks about magnetic marketing. We're being magnetic. We're bringing people towards us. We're not chasing them, right? And bringing people towards us, being magnetic, right? The attractive character brings people towards us. The future-based cause brings people towards us. And after you have those two things, then the third part we're talking about tomorrow, which is then you present them the new opportunity. And it's one of the last secrets and the keys that make this whole thing work amazing. And that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. So how do you guys feel? You get some good stuff today? What is your biggest aha, the biggest takeaway you got? Post it in the comments right now so I can see it, so other people can see it as well. Give me your biggest take, the biggest thing. You're like, oh, this is the thing for me. Like, I'm going to go and get t-shirts with my people, my tribe on it, or I'm going to go figure out my campaign slogan as I'm running for the president of my market, right? Figure out what those things are, or whatever your number one takeaway was, and post it in the comments. I want to see them, and I'm going to watch it tonight as well. I usually watch these again tonight when I go to bed. I'll scroll back through all the comments. So like anything you post, I will see it, which is really, really cool. So Lee Proc said t-shirts. Josh Ballard said branding your customers. Mary said figure out my mantra. Yeah, Anthony's pointing out, so the box for the Mifke box for your first funnel, you open it up, had a big thing saying your future to Common Club award. 100%. Like that was something we were doing to get you to think about the future-based cause. Allegra talked about big aha, the identity shift. The comments coming so fast now that I keep jumping while I'm trying to read them. Helping people self-identify, the campaign slogan, the 2 Common Club award, love creating your tribe t-shirt, thinking about your mantra as a campaign slogan. Someone says great refresher on fundamentals. Figuring out the identity we want. Yes, okay, good. Like I said, I'm writing a pitch for next weekend, and literally, like, because I'm doing this with you guys, I'm weaving these things into it, and it's just like, it's so much fun. It's like lighting me up, getting me excited again. So anyway, I hope that was really helpful for you guys. Okay, with that said, thanks for hanging out today, you guys. I had a good time. I'm not gonna keep you too much longer because I want to make sure you guys all have a chance to go and get some stuff done today. But I hope you enjoyed this. One last call out, don't forget, is you need to get on the texting list. Tomorrow I go live to share with you guys the new opportunity, which is the last and like probably the most important piece of this entire equation. You'll get a text a few minutes before we go live. Make sure you're on the texting list. Some of you guys tried yesterday. I guess the international is not quite working yet. We're hoping by today or tomorrow that we'll have international working so you guys can do it through WhatsApp. So I'll let you know as soon as that's possible. I thought it was working yesterday. My bad. So yeah, hopefully we'll have it working next day or so. But for everyone else, make sure you come back here tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel, same bat time, right? And then, like I said, if you get on the texting list, we'll text you as well. And if you're not on the texting list yet, I'm going to give you guys the 2-minute pitch on why you should be there. Number 1 reason is that you get messages every time I go live. Number 2, though, which is just as cool, is we're picking 5 people from the texting list to pull out for a 1-day consult. If you want a chance to win that, you got to be on the text list. So with that said, I'm going to queue up the last thing to show you guys the text number. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Russell Brunson, and I am kind of freaking out right now. I'm so excited. I just got a brand new phone. This is called my Funnel Hacker phone. And in this phone, I'm actually setting up a private community where I have a chance to text with my funnel hackers, with people like you about entrepreneurship and business and personal development and all the fun things that we love to talk about. And inside of this phone, I've been sending cool stuff that I don't send anywhere else except for people in my texting community. And I want to invite you to be part of it. Now, a couple things. Number 1, the first thing I need you to do is grab your phone right now, and I want you to actually text me, okay? The phone number is 208-231-3797. I'll probably have it above or below or somewhere. But the number again is 208-231-3797. Text me right now. Text me, hey, text me, what's up, whatever you want to do. And that's the first step. The second step is my goal is I want to get 50,000 entrepreneurs and business owners and funnel hackers on my phone here in the next, before the end of the year. So that's my goal and my game plan, and I need your help. If you will help me to get 50,000 people on here, I'm going to invite 5 of you to come here and fly to my office. We're going to hang out, and I'm going to spend a day with you, coaching you on your business. The first half of the day, I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to brainstorm your funnels, your structure, your offer, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to have my top copywriter help you with your copy, our funnel builders, our designers. We're all going to come and tag team and spend a day with 5 of you here in the office. It's going to be so much fun. So that's the prize. That's the reward. The way you can win that reward is, number 1, you have to text me. If you haven't texted me yet, you are not eligible to be part of this. I need you to text me so you can be part of my texting community, okay? Again, the number is 208-231-3797. I'm going to memorize that number, but as of right now, it is 208-231-3797. Text me. That's number 1. Number 2 is every single time you help me to share this message, you get a vote. That means if you like the video down below, you get an extra vote. If you comment down below, you get an extra vote. You share this video, you get an extra vote, okay? And if you comment again, you get another extra vote, okay? At the end of this, after we have 50,000 people who are on my texting platform, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 of you guys to come to our offices here in Boise. We're going to spend a day going deep into your funnels, your business. It's going to be so much fun. You work with me, my copywriters, my designers, my funnel builders, and we're going to get your business up and launched live. This is a free gift for 5 of you guys. So again, the way to win, text me. Stop everything you're doing. Pause this. Text me. 208-231-3797. So what do you got to do right now? You know what to do. Text me.